A Family Affair is a 2024 film directed by Richard LaGravenese, written by Carrie Solomon, and we have a cast including Nicole Kidman, Zac Efron, Joey King, Kathy Bates. Great cast, of course. An interesting narrative, but I will say the first half of the film, kind of as he was setting things up, just felt a lot more interesting than the second half. I'll read the description from IMDb. I don't do this often, but I think this sums it up really well. And this says, a surprising romance kicks off comic consequences for a young woman, her mother, and her movie star boss as they face the complications of love, sex, and identity. Joey King plays Zara, who is working for Chris, our movie star boss, played by Zac Efron. And Chris, as the description suggested, happens to develop romantic feelings for Zara's mother, Brooke. And I will say no more than that. It's interesting enough as a concept, but the execution maybe wasn't that fascinating. The setting up was enjoyable. I guess the anticipation of wondering what it's going to be like was probably the better part. Once the narrative actually kicked in, it maybe wasn't that interesting. However, I do like the characters. I really like the characters quite a lot, and I thought they presented this really fascinating story from really interesting perspectives. It's just unfortunate that at times the narrative seemed to either slow down or what we were seeing just wasn't that interesting. As a concept, it is certainly fascinating, and I was keen to see how characters would react to this, and yeah, that was interesting enough. The characters definitely made this more than watchable. It's definitely more than just a watchable film. But I think the narrative was lacking. Great concept, not the best execution, but very well written characters and really good performances. So I guess I came away from it feeling relatively satisfied. I enjoyed the experience enough, but I wouldn't say I adored it, and I wouldn't watch it again. I also didn't think it was tremendously funny. Some of the performances were quite funny, but in general I didn't think it was that amusing, but interesting enough. The characters are great, the narrative is okay, it works well enough. Do I recommend it? Yes, if there's anything about this that you're curious about, whether you're interested in the cast or you just want to see how things develop within the story, I'd say check it out. It's not perfect, but as I said, it's more than watchable, largely because of the way the characters are written and the performances of those characters. But the narrative itself is okay. It felt like it was lacking. But that aside, I guess A Family Affair is not too bad. And if you're curious, if it sounds like something that you might be interested in, then I'd say it's probably worth watching.